Hey guys, welcome to another Mir64 video. And you might have noticed recently that Apple has announced some new products. And today we're going to be going over all of them. And I will be releasing some more dedicated videos for some of them. So make sure to subscribe and maybe even give this video a like to help me out even more. So first, let's talk about the MacBook Neo. MacBook Neo is Apple's new cheapest laptop. It's the first MacBook at a price you can afford. You get Mac build quality, which means you get a aluminum chassis. You also get amazing battery life, and and an amazing keyboard and trackpad. All for just $600 or even $500 if you're a student. Remember, let's not pretend that this is a $500 laptop, though, Carter PCs. This is a $600 laptop with an education discount for college students. No, that doesn't mean that elementary school students can get a discount. It's great for college students or younger children who just need a computer that can get basic work done, like some word processing, or maybe just doing the odd math problem, or maybe just surfing the web. These are all good use cases for MacBook Neo. That's what it's designed for. It's an excellent laptop at an excellent price. There are a few downsides, such as only having two USB-C ports, and only one of them is actually USB 3. The other is actually USB 2. So the one closest to you is the USB 2 port, and the one closest to the display is the USB 3 port. The USB 3 does support DisplayPort. Very thankful for that, and a lot of other people would be as well, because that is actually something that's very useful. And I guess having two USB-C ports is good since it doesn't have MagSafe, but I would still like if they could have made that a little better. It is also running an iPhone chip, but that's not really a problem since the A18 Pro is faster in single core than the M1, and in multi-core it matches the M1. So I think it's fine to have that. Like, people who are upgrading from an M1 MacBook Air, they're not gonna see a performance difference, but they're not expecting one. Most likely, most people who are using an M1 MacBook Air aren't going to expect a performance difference, and it will feel snappier because of that extra single core. My only complaint about the chip, I have two complaints actually, three. First, why does it have to be the binned A18 Pro? Because that's not the A18 Pro, that's actually the base A18 with the 6-core CPU and 5-core GPU. That's just the A18. I don't know why they're calling it the A18 Pro. Second, why did y'all have to give it 8 gigabytes of RAM? Like, I get that we have the RAM crisis going on right now, and all the iPhone 16s had 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the iPhone 17s are the ones with 12 gigabytes. But why couldn't you just give it 12 gigabytes? Like, 12 gigs of RAM is more than enough for the audience they're targeting, and it makes sure that there's room for their needs to grow. Like, you couldn't have done that on like an upgrade or something. There is also a few other downsides to it. It's got a slightly smaller screen than the Air at 13 inches instead of 13.3. No one cares. The bezels are thicker, but there's no notch for the camera, so no one cares. And of course, it's not the most repairable machine, because Macs have never been the most repairable, but it's one of the most repairable Macs in a long time, is what it's looking like. And I think for $600, it's fine. Like, it's a good laptop. It's competing against Chromebooks and little HPs. Anyway, that's about it for the MacBook Neo. So let's talk about our next product, which is the Studio Display and Studio Display XDR. The Studio Display now has Thunderbolt 5 for support of up to 4 displays daisy-chained off of a MacBook Pro, which is great. It's got a 12 megapixel center stage webcam. And yeah, that's about it. It's I mean, it's got a new faster chip in it. I think like that A18 chip instead of the A13, which is just fine. It's good, I guess. Now onto the Pro Display XDR. The Pro Display XDR has now a 120 Hz refresh rate, which is at promotion, so it is that variable refresh rate, so it'll match whatever content you're watching. It also is obviously it's an XDR, like every other XDR product Apple has. It is going to be a great display. It is mini LED, first off, and it is very color accurate. It's got the same I/O, same webcam, speakers, all that as the normal Studio Display, just with a 120 Hz refresh rate and a mini LED screen, and that's great. It also only costs, what was it, $3,300, I think, which is a lot better than the $5,000 of the Pro Display XDR. It also finally comes with the stand built in, and is a better stand than the Pro Display XDR. Or no, it's the same stand as the Pro Display XDR. But that finally puts the $1,000 stand to rest. And Apple now no longer sells a $7,000 model. Sad days, my friends, sad days. Anyway, you can also, for $200 extra, add on the upgraded tilt and height adjustable stand, which honestly sounds great. Personally, I wouldn't get this. It's way too expensive, especially for my needs. And let's go on to the next topic. So up next we have all of the other MacBooks. The MacBook Air got the M5 chip and the N1 networking chip, which means it has support for Thread, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, all that nice stuff. That's it. That's it. Okay. Wait, no, actually, it got a $100 price bump because of the Neo. But now starts at 512 gigabytes of storage because Apple realized that they can make it $1,100 and people will be fine with that, since they now have a different under $1,000 option, which is Neo. So on to the pros. The Pro now has the M5 Pro and M5 Max chips, which are a lot faster than the M4 versions. And I'll be doing a dedicated videos about these soon, but it's just a lot faster. There was a price bump for them that brought 1 terabyte of storage to the base M5 MacBook Pro and 2 terabytes to the M5 Pro, and I believe the Max chip starts at 4 terabytes now. which honestly, with the RAM shortage going on, charging half the price to upgrade the storage on these MacBooks from what it used to be is that's a great deal, Apple. Thank you for that. That makes it a lot cheaper to get a maxed out MacBook. Can't speak today. It makes it quite a bit cheaper to get a maxed out MacBook if since we don't have the insane storage prices anymore. We have slightly more sane storage prices. Next, the iPad Air got an update. It now has the N1 chip, like everything does, and it has the M4 chip at 12 gigs of RAM, and that's it. Good job, iPad Air. Shout out iPad Air, greatest update ever. Hey, it's better than the M3 update, okay? The M3, they just gave it the M3 chip and called it a day. Which was, like, super lazy. It did also get the C1X chip if you buy cellular, but if you're buying a cellular iPad. The iPhone 17e actually got a new color. But before I tell you more about that iPhone 17e, I want you to subscribe. Okay, I need you to subscribe to me. Please subscribe. Please, 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 please. Please, please subscribe. And like the video too, please. It'll really help me. Please, please, please. Did you do it? Did you do it yet? Did you do it? I think you did. I think you did. Yeah, I think you did. Okay. So now about the iPhone 17e. The iPhone 17e has a new color, which is soft pink. It's like the sky blue MacBook Air, kinda, where, Marquez is the one who said it. It's as if someone in the paint shop whispered the word blue before putting it in the box. Yeah, no, that's how the blue on all the Air products works. That's also how the pink on the soft pink color for the iPhone 17e works. It is a very subtle pink. It's more prominent for sure than the blue on the Air products, but it's still pretty soft. It's like a very light pink. Yeah, they also updated it to the A19 chip, obviously bin, so it performs better than last year's iPhone 16e, but worse than the 17, which is expected. That's what we expected. Anyway, it also gets the C1X chip, the N1 chip. It still stays with the 60 Hz display, but honestly, seeing a 120 Hz panel on an entry-level device is honestly, that's kind of weird. Because, like, if you're buying the entry-level, like the true entry-level, like the budget version, are you really looking for that 120 Hz refresh rate? And yes, it's $600, which is more expensive than the Android. What's it like? The Android starters, but that's for an iPhone. That's basically the cheapest it's ever been. They also did double the storage from 128 to 256 gigabytes, and they did not actually do a price increase on the 17e. So I find that pretty nice that they would just do that. Sadly, we don't get the new camera from the iPhone 17 series, but honestly, that's okay. That's not the type of person that this is targeting. This is not targeting the photographer. And there is actually MagSafe now, which is great. There used to be just 7.5 watt Qi charging, from like the iPhone 10 days, and everyone thought wireless charging was great. It was not great back then. It was too slow to be useful, and like you had to line it up perfectly, or else you would need like a 20-watt wireless charger just to get 5 watts of actual power into your phone. And the MagSafe fixes that. You can also, like, if you already have MagSafe products, you can just allow, like, let's say you're getting this for a kid or something, then you can just give them some of your MagSafe products, and it'll automatically work with their phone. So let me just go upstairs, and then that's the end. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you made it all the way through. Some of these products were a little bit disappointing, such as all of the Air products, and we were expecting the cellular for the MacBook Pros that we did not get, but honestly that's okay. The Studio Display probably could have had a quiet rebrand, or a quiet like refresh, and they could have just introduced the Studio Display XDR, and that's the only one they advertised. I'm really excited to see the MacBook Neo in stores, just to like see how good it actually is and compare it to the MacBook Air. Personally, it's not gonna cut it for me, but I think quite a few people who watch this type of video, it would definitely cut it for them. Let me know in the comments which product you're most excited for, and I will have more dedicated videos to some of these products, like the MacBook Neo, for example. So if you want to see that, I'll hopefully have them out sometime next week. Thank you, and goodbye. Wait, did you subscribe yet? I asked you earlier. Please check right now. If you're not subscribed, then you need to click that button, because you already looked at the thing. You already looked there. So you should just go subscribe. You should click the button because you're already there. It's already in front of you. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.